Hi guys, so this is to walk you guys through your third and final essay assignment. So you guys have moved into the postmodern era here, which basically takes us up to where we are now. So we looked at a lot of different thematic concepts here. So we looked at multiculturalism, post-war trauma, modern consumer culture, outsider identity. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose one text from an author that you read in this unit. So one of the ones that we read in this unit has to be the text that we read in the unit. Write an argumentative essay looking at how that work portrays one of these thematic issues related to postmodernism. So you may connect the work to a single theme, or you can connect it to multiple themes if you like. You could look at, as I said, a number of different things. You could look at identity, multiculturalism, post-war trauma, modern consumer culture, outsider identity, modern gender dynamics, social class or racial divide. There are a lot of different things you could look at. You're more than welcome to connect it to multiple themes, but I might suggest kind of keeping the scope a little bit narrow. So maybe choose one or two and let your analysis kind of like fall into different buckets from there. You should, again, focus your analysis on analyzing the text as a piece of literature, looking at specific literary devices, so structure, tone, characterization, dialogue, symbolism, metaphors, whatever it might be. Given that these texts are relevant to these cultural issues, though, as in the other two essays, you should look at how the author's biography or the historical context tie into the analysis. But again, keep the focus on the text. So there's three, this is where it's a little bit different than in past essays. There's actually three options for you in terms of how you want to format the essay. You could do a 3 to 4 page essay with a bib, just like usual. You could do a 10-minute video lecture that you upload to YouTube. You'll still need to upload a bibliography. Or you could do a 12 to 15 point PowerPoint or Prezi with a bibliography. The reason I do this is because I know that not everybody really presents or thinks in the same way, and I want you guys to be able to express yourself in a way that's most comfortable. So if you are comfortable writing the essay, do that. If you like to present, you're more comfortable in a video format, you want to kind of talk through these points, do that. If you want to have something a little more visual, where you can add images or kind of break things down into bullets, do the PowerPoint or the Prezi. You are required, again, like I said, to have two sources of your choosing. They don't have to be scholarly articles. They can be, but make sure you choose, again, credible sources like history.com or PBS. Your essay is due on Sunday, May 3rd at midnight, and make sure that whichever format you choose, it meets the required length and has standard MLA for any written portions. So even if you're doing a video lecture, I do expect you to still cite your sources, still explain what the sources are, who the author is, and pull in specific quotes. Same thing with the PowerPoint or the Prezi. You'll need to have a bib in all three cases anyways. Remember that everything is checked for safe assign, anything that's written, of course. And remember to write or do the minimum length required and use proper citations. So you guys have a lot of different choices in terms of authors. You can choose whichever one you think is most interesting to you, you have the most to say about. So choose carefully. Make sure that you, again, keep to analyzing it as a piece of literature, most importantly, and then look at the historical or biographical context secondarily. Again, pull in concrete evidence from the text and your sources to support your analysis, just like you always do. And make sure that you have a good thesis, careful, close analysis of the works and their major concepts, good evidence from the source and from the text. Make sure you have proper length, MLA, proper citations, and number of sources. A fully developed essay structure, regardless of whichever format you choose. With a good intro, clear main ideas, conclusion, and then good organization of all ideas. Most importantly, I want to make sure that it's clear that if you choose to do something like a PowerPoint or Prezi, I do want you to still have a good amount of text on each of these slides. The structure can be different. You can do bullets to break it down, but I do still expect to see a relative amount of equal text as an essay. So I don't just want to see, say, 2 bullets with 3 or 4 words on a slide. That's not analysis. I want to make sure that you're still pulling in good concrete analysis. It's just that you're doing it in a different format. You're breaking it down in a different way. You're adding visuals. You're making a presentation deck. Now, with the video lecture, if you do that, I just want to make sure that you do at least do an outline and organize your concepts and your thoughts, because it can be, it's very, very easy when you're sitting making a video lecture to kind of just continue talking. The time goes by really quickly. So if you're only doing 10-minute lecture, you want to make sure that you're not kind of losing your thought processes. You want to make sure that it's organized. When you submit these, there's a couple of things. When you do the video lecture, if you upload it to YouTube, you do need to make sure you're going to submit the YouTube link to me instead of like a document. You'll submit the YouTube link to me. After you submit it, I need you to click on that link and make sure that it goes to the actual YouTube video, and make sure that that is set to public, because if it doesn't and there's nothing for me to grade, we don't have any turnaround time for me to contact you to make sure that I get that. So grades are due the week after this is due. So you'll need to make sure that it's public, because if there's nothing to grade, it will have to be a 0 because I don't have anything to grade. Same thing with the PowerPoint or the Prezi. The PowerPoint will render on screen just like an essay. So you guys can resubmit as many times as is needed up until the deadline. Just make sure that you see it on screen. With the Prezi, it's the same thing as the YouTube link. Make sure it's public. Make sure you click it once you've submitted it. You go to it, you see it, and that it is visible. So if you guys have any questions about this, let me know, but this is designed to give you guys a little bit of freedom to express your thoughts in a way that is most comfortable and familiar for you. And hopefully you guys can have a little bit of fun with this assignment as well. So again, let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, go ahead and move on.